welcome back to the Crafty Meraki YouTube channel. It is Erica with you today, and we are going to be coloring the Bold and Beautiful stamp set. So this is a beautiful, large image, and it's illustrated by Emily Midget. And I am going to hop straight in here with my coloring. So I'm going to be using Copics today. And today I haven't actually done one of my little color charts, which I normally do. I don't know why, but I guess I was feeling bold and confident in for this coloring. But you will see here that I have my little, my card panel, which is stamped on like a sheet of acetate. And I don't really know why I've done this because I have my work mat underneath, but what I've done also is I put a little bit of non-permanent adhesive on this sheet of acetate, and then I've stuck my card panel down so that I can swing it down. And again, I don't really know why I've done this because, yeah, it's not like it's gonna stay in my mat if the coloring goes through, but for some reason I felt like it was a fun thing to do. So, we're gonna start talking about the coloring because that makes more sense than this right now. But I have, I picked up quite a few different greens, and I wasn't actually 100% sure about the coloring at this point. I was like, oh, I'm not sure I like this. But this is the thing with coloring, is that a lot of the times you can rescue your coloring. So don't give up, even if you feel like, oh no, this is not working out. This is not going where I want it to go. Just try to keep an open mind, keep coloring, and see where it ends up at the end of the coloring. Because you never know, it might actually end up better than what you were, expecting to begin with. So I am going to color all of my leaves and my stems and things like that first. For some unknown reason. I can't tell you why I decided to do this, but I just, I guess I wanted to leave like the flowers to the last because I love coloring flowers. There's something so, yeah, I just love it. I love big blooms and I cannot lie. So there's that. But I'm gonna hop into even more of a time lapse in a minute because it is a large image to color, and it took me the better part of a whole day to color this. So unfortunately, we're not gonna slow down and kind of go through like every single marker that I've used on these images. But if you really want to know which ones I've used, I have tried to make sure that I've always placed in the cap up in the shot so that you can see which one it is. You might need to pause and write them down. And if this is something that you guys really want to know for the next time when I'm coloring, the exact markers that I'm using, please let me know down in the comments, and I will do my very best to remember and also to write them down for you so that you can use the exact ones that I'm using in the video. But you can see here I've finished my largest flower. And I'm gonna go around now, and pretty much all of the flowers except for the two peonies are off to the right of this big flower. I'm gonna color all of those kind of reddish, and then these two are gonna be more like peachy ones, because I toyed with the idea of making them all the same, but I felt like that was just a little bit too much. Maybe next time. So yeah, because you never know until you try, right? But so these are going to be more kind of peachy, I was going to say peachy beachy, but that doesn't make any sense. Peachy, orangey colors. And then we are going to finish this off. This is, yeah, I used a lot of markers on this. And it's back and forth to just kind of like blend, and then add more to create more contrast. I was a little bit all over the place with this coloring. I am not going to lie. However, I'm quite pleased with how it came out. Like in the end, look, like I said, I was not happy with where it was going right at the beginning, but it's not bad, right? I mean, she says tooting her own horn, so yeah, toot. But I did feel like it needed a little something, and my go-to is usually splattering gold, but I decided to use the gorgeous Dancing Feathers cover plate on this directly to create a little bit of kind of like faux stitching almost, I guess. But I find that I'm very bad at leaving white space, even just like the tiniest little white space. I like texture and I like this. So I feel like this kind of adds a little bit of funness to the card. So that's just one of the things that I like to do with my my coloring panels. But I have glued this down onto a card base, and then we're going to be using a sentiment as well from the Bold and Beautiful stamp set. And I couldn't quite decide which one, so I decided to stamp up 3. But putting 3 on a card was maybe like too much. However, I do like to have my choices, so I stamped these 3 up, and then I trimmed them down. So we have 3 really lovely ones to choose from. But before I trim them down as well, don't forget, if you are like me and you like having your stamps really clean, this ink off stuff from Ink on 3 is fantastic stuff. I don't like super smelly stuff, like, you know, the really strong kind of like almost toxic chemical smell. So this stuff, I find it does have a little bit of a scent, but it's not too overpowering, so it's great stuff. Now, the sentiments, I have trimmed them down, and then I decided I can do 2 without it being too much. But 3 was a little bit too much. But I decided to go for To My Lovely Friend. And then it was like, You Brighten My Day or I Adore You. But I decided to go for To My Lovely Friend, I Adore You. So we're going to glue these down directly onto the card. And then we're going to be using the grid mat to try to make sure that these come on quite straight. Now, I didn't notice until this was on my card and the man pointed it out, but I have actually managed to stamp the To My Lovely Friend slightly wonky, so it's in a bit of a bend. So it does look like it's wonky, but it should be on reasonably straight. But I could not leave it there. No. If you know me, I'm Erica. I am an overblinger, a chronic overblinger. So I got my little bling bling jar out, and we are going to use some of the gorgeous gold metallic gems on here. And I really did try to rein it in, but I like I said, I have a bit of a problem with white space, so I decided to not fill up the white space totally. But you might notice that I have only placed these gems on white space. And it's a problem I have. I cannot explain it. It does not make any sense to anyone else, but this is what I do. I bling and I add texture. That's me. So with that, the card is done. And we're just going to glue these down, obviously, with a little bit of liquid adhesive and a gem picker. And then we're going to have a teeny tiny little bit of a close-up, and that is it. The card is done. But I know I rambled a lot in this video, but I really hope you enjoyed it anyway, and that you enjoyed the end result. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Crafty Meraki YouTube channel if you haven't already done so. There are new videos all week long. See you soon again. Bye for now.